I'm joined by BP Chargemaster Communications Director, Tom Callow. Tom, hello.
Afternoon, Phil.
Now, obviously, Chargemaster acquired by BP is kind of a statement of intent.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, you know, it's. I think people can understand now it's not a flash in the pan. EV technology is here to stay. What are the plans for BP Chargemaster going forwards?
So we're going to carry on rolling out our public charging network with obviously BP. One great thing is that obviously one of the challenges is land with EV infrastructure. Generally it's sort of land and power. There's lots of sort of capital going in, there's lots of money going into the EV charging sector in the UK. That's not generally a problem. But still some of the challenges are around sort of access to land and access to power. You can generally kind of find and pay for power, but you've got to have the land. And obviously what BP's got is a great, fantastic network of 1,200 forecourts across the UK. It owns a lot of those forecourts, and we can obviously start rolling out on those sites. It's a very logical place to charge, particularly quickly charge if you think about it. It's the kind of place you'd spend sort of 10-15 minutes anyway. There's usually a shop there that's quite useful. With BP company-owned sites, for example, you've got the M&S Simply Food offer, Wild Bean Cafe, all those kind of things. So it's actually quite a convenient place to stop.
There's always been this worry that there's not going to be enough power. How's National Grid sort of working towards?
Sure, so National Grid would tell you that there's two things to consider really. There's the overall energy demand, so the overall amount of energy, if you like, the amount of charge you need, let's say, per year. And then there's the sort of demand at any one time. So in terms of the overall amount of energy that we need to generate to power electric vehicles, National Grid's pretty comfortable that we'll get there. It's going to add about 10%, something like that, on the total electricity demand of the UK today. So it's not sort of dramatic, it's not going to double it or anything like that. So it will be significant, but we'll get there, and there's a hell of a lot of renewable power coming on now, obviously. Renewables generating up to 50% of a daily electricity now in the UK, with coal kind of going offline almost at some points. The second part of that equation around sort of demand of power is where there might be more challenges. So it's about, is there enough power for sort of all of that charging in that one place to happen at the same time? And a lot of that will be sort of served with smart charging. And what that's all about is adjusting the rate of charge on the vehicle. So things like home chargers, that's really where the demand is going to be for sort of localised networks. So 1 in 20 roughly drivers plug in every night with their EV today. So that's not that many, and battery sizes are getting bigger, so you'll plug in probably less often. And it's about adjusting the rate of charge, so sort of taking your charger down in terms of the speed of charge, but also the time of charge, really importantly. So the electricity demand in the UK kind of peaks in the evening, and EVs kind of follow that profile. So think about it, you get home, you plug in, it's kind of a logical thing to do if you need to charge. What you can do with an EV though is you can get home, you can plug in, but actually nothing will happen if you don't want it to for say several hours. So you can program our smart chargers, you can program this car to charge off peak. So you can say don't charge until, for example, midnight. And one of the ways that's going to be incentivised is through intelligent electricity tariffs. So one of the ones I'm on, for example, gives me very cheap charging at about 5 pence per kilowatt hour for sort of 4 or 5 hours a night. So I can schedule my EV to charge in that period. Not only does that benefit the grid, but it also benefits my bank account.
Of course. Excellent. Tom, that's brilliant. Thanks very much.
No problem.
Thanks very much for
Great,
joining me.
thanks. Cheers, Phil.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Cheers.